Hi, welcome back to the Honoriest Latina Ever. Today's topic is somebody wanted me to give up swearing. A lot of people that are Christians think that it's really a horrible thing. It's okay for them to fornicate, rob, steal, stab each other in the back, do everything under the sun, but we can't possibly say any foul letters. So they said, Dee, you're a lady, you need to stop doing the potty mouth. So I got myself a little potty jar today because I'm talking about that Hollywood guy, Harvey Weinstein. Anyway, the disgusting human being that he is. Okay, as you guys know, I did some modeling before I had kids, and I did some modeling after I had some kids, and I worked up in Portland, Oregon, which is like crazy place to model, and there was some shady dudes back then, that like wanted the girls to take off their clothes, and I wouldn't do it. So I was like the model that had my skimpy little bathing suit on that was like hardly nothing, getting the lights ready in order to take money away from the nude model that was coming in to do the nude shot. So it was awful. Like, I was getting $15 an hour. Maybe she would have gotten a little bit more, but I was sitting there for hours in my swimsuit instead of naked. But anyway, long story short, after I had kids, I did Home Shopping Network, and I had to, I didn't have a casting couch. I had this girl that did the talent agency. She was such a bitch. She wanted to save the elephants or something. She was this liberal bitch from St. Pete, I think Elaine, or I don't know what her stupid name was, but anyway, Louise's people, yes. She gets me this job, and I work for Home Shopping, and these Nazis were like, they keep you under lockdown and they treat you like crap. And I didn't have a Mr. Weinstein or Wienerstein. I had this like Wicked Witch of the West. She was just as bad. And she had this big wart on her face. And she was like in her 20s, but she was scary. She had like black hair and this big wart that got bigger as the day went on. And she ripped all my hair out in my head. I mean, she's like, I don't like your hair. And like, instead of like telling me what to do, she's like ripping my curls out and everything and being really mean. And then I had to sit, and they had me in front of the camera in the dark, and I had to like sit still, and you know how impossible that would be for me, and keep my eyes focused at the camera and not cross them and do this and be shifty and make stupid faces. But this is really hard for me because I have ADHD. So anyway, I failed as a model. I could never be a model, only because, not that I'm not pretty enough, it's just that I'm just too like, I'm too intelligent to sit still. I just have so much in me. I just possibly can't keep my mouth shut and just sit there like I'm lying, just gone, But anyway, I don't know why anybody wants to be in that business, because you have to memorize script. And I know that my script and my thoughts are so much better than the writers. I would be altering stuff like Robin Williams. And blurting out F-bombs like fuck, shit, and oh my god, Will, that's just $1. But Will told me that he's giving me these dollars, and he told me that I cannot take the dollars out of the potty jar when I mess up. So we're gonna keep that here. But speaking about potty mouth, we're gonna talk about Mr. Trump. I think he's doing a fabulous job, and I am so happy that he leaned on the NFL and got them to stand up to honor the flag. I think that as much as the left goes after our side, it's like so important. They have to realize that without the public, they don't have a paycheck. And so these Hollywood people that are sitting there defending Mr. Wienerstein or Weinstein, anyway. I can't believe like they would like keep this under wraps, but he's not unusual. I bet you FBI and Mr. Trump, if you dug deep enough, you'd find a lot of Harvey Weinsteins or Wienersteins or Weinsteins. You'd find a whole slew of them. In fact, you know what? I bet you he's not so normal after all. I bet you'll see a lot of seedy men like that, because let me tell you, there's a lot of corruption in politics and in the movie industry. And when men have that power, they love to abuse it. I remember I joined the Republican event, and this guy said, you know, he was so famous, he was this and that and everything. He was just trying to hit on me, and he got me to work one of the booths, and he was like coming after me a little bit, and I'm like, God, you know, I was like seeking shelter, like in a lesbian, for, you know, this lesbian was coming up, and I was like, please save me from this icky, gross man. I really, I mean, that guy was so gross that I would prefer the company of the lesbian, let me tell you. And I mean, there are some guys out there, the reason why they molest women is because they are so repulsive that the women would prefer to be with women. Not that we're lesbians, but we just prefer to be in the company of women because these guys are so fucking... Oh, I'm out of dollars, Bill. Yeah. Did I say that again? I'm sorry. Anyway, talking about lesbians. Anyway, this lesbian came to my rescue when I was working the Republican booth, and I think she was a conservative. Maybe not. I didn't even care at that moment. It's the fact that she just showed up, you know, and I said, I got, you know, can you, like, get him away from me? Like, just make him leave? And she just started laughing. She knew exactly what I was talking about. But I literally, like, one day was leaning over, and right in front of my husband, this man comes up and puts his hand on my back. And I just flinched, you know. I'm like, get your freaking hand off my back, you know. I mean, some people are just so old and disgusting and crude that, you know, it's not just the Harvey Weinsteins. It's just, it's prevalent in society if you're a pretty woman. A lot of disgusting human being guys, and they're on Facebook and they're all over the social media, think that they can show up in my box and go, hey baby, and I'm just gonna fall all over them. And it's like, I don't have any dollars, Will. But, you know, I wanted to, like, say another one again, but you know, Will is gonna go broke. We're gonna have to get a bigger potty jar to talk about sexual harassment here, but it's very prevalent in our society. The fact is that we are now addressing the casting couch, but it's been around for forever and ever. These guys have been molesting little girls forever and ever, just like Bill Clinton has been raping women. This is not so unusual. This is very, unfortunately, very real. And people like Hillary and all those people that took campaign money from these kinds of shady people, they knew. And just like they took money from terrorists that stone women and bury them in the roads and throw rocks at their heads, you know, and make martyrs out of little kids, you know, it's disgusting. People like Hillary Clinton, who says, I'm appalled, you know, and she's sitting here helping defend a sex offender get free. These people, they're shameful, and they're out there and they're peddling their books, and they're trying to brainwash our youth into thinking that anything goes, and it's okay if Jeremy has 2 daddies and 2 mommies or whatever. And I mean, you know, what they do behind closed doors is their own business. But this whole, like, thing that you know, we're to just kind of, Bill and I was looking at something out of Teen Magazine. What was it was a teen magazine, right? And they were talking about gender fluidity. I don't know what the hell that was. I mean, Will looked it up, and it was talking about how you can go back and forth between it being a guy and a girl, but without actually having the sex change. And like, so, like, 2 lesbians can be two homosexuals or whatever, or they can go back and forth, you know, and do whatever they want. And they're indoctrinating teenagers, and pretty soon this is going to be in our sex ed curriculum at the school level, you know. And so it just, Hollywood puts out and idolizes somebody like Bruce Jenner, who's a flipping weirdo, and the whole Jenner family is, you know, and not his side of the family, but the Kardashian side, and that's the new norm. And, you know, these people make billions of dollars, and I don't know who would want to tune into that kind of garbage, but kids and people do. They apparently became wealthy off of the whole thing, but they basically sold their souls for money, and you know, we have to have a standard, and I don't think anything's going to change in Hollywood. It's always been that way, and it always will be that way. And that Harvey Weinstein, he's going to be who he's going to be. He's not. He'll probably get a second chance. He'll probably go out and molest again, because, you know, FBI, you can do everything you want to do, but this guy has been getting away with this for years. It's nothing that, I mean, it's just like Bill Clinton. I mean, he has a lot of money and he's very powerful, and that's why he did it. And that's all I have to say. Have a great day.